Go motivate, 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 motivate. Get money, motivate, 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 motivate. Oh, as you see, I am still motivated. For anybody that saw the dance video of the day, hopefully it hasn't gotten snatched down just yet, and hopefully all of that talking over that song will let me to keep it up for a second. But as you see in the captions, we are looking at the legacy of HERB Kent. For anybody who does not know, legendary king of radio. And as I posted that even today and was looking at the last video, I was like, you know what, that's what this whole situation reminds me of, because he was big radio personality, and you just always saw him in the cowboy hats and the boots and the whole thing. And like I said in my caption, nowhere near as frosty as the cool gents. But yeah, we want to definitely give a shout out to J. Cole for this track. And as HERB Kent would probably say, we got some bills to pay, so let's get this thing going. First and foremost, woo! I gotta thank my big cuz one more time. Y'all see the posts. You probably saw some personal posts where me and him got to hang out last night. And what you don't know is he is the all-around Renaissance man. I mean, he chopped me up. You know, the head hair is not really showing it at its best right now, and I would show you the back, but I ain't finna do all that just because on some level I don't want you to think that it's about his skill. It's I'm doing a mohawk, so he did it right. It's head hair, but he hooked it up. Cousin is coming to you out of right outside of Atlanta, for anybody in Atlanta. So you definitely want to hit his link. The links are coming, and the captions and everything are coming for not only his barbershop, but some of everything else that he's doing. In that caption, you'll also, in that video, or that post, I should say, you'll also see his brand, Never Thirsty. Please look at that brand, look at that scripture at the bottom after you get past all of the drippy goodness of it, and go look up that scripture. Basically, it's just talking about the idea that God's people will never go hungry, they will never thirst. And that's just who my cousin is. I mean, I could go on and on about that man. We'll do an interview of some sort. I told him, actually, I want to do the barbershop situation. I want to go to his shop from Dallas to his shop, and we're going to chop it up live in the barbershop, get that whole barbershop experience, because y'all know, for anybody that does it, even the beauty shop, you know, you miss that communal experience, you know, kind of thing. But yeah, so definitely look for more great things from my actual blood man. Okay, he is like the first one to drink from the source of the gene pool. So if you think I'm good, I'm right behind him, like some months. He's May, I'm November. Definitely check out Darius Reynolds Sr. For more information on what he's doing. Of course, we definitely can't go by without mentioning once again the 10th anniversary of Love Something Infinite, the debut novel. You'll be seeing some more posts if you haven't already. Of course, you can always go to the website, www.rainbowroompublishing.com. Gotta slow it down. And you can get your copy of that now. As I mentioned before, this book actually started the company. It started everything that you see now. If I didn't do this first, none of this would exist. So celebrate both of them. For anybody who does not know, the anniversary of the company is November the 12th, which is actually also my birthday. That's something that God and I had a conversation about, and it was my way, in a sense, to symbolically, and I guess very real now, give my life back to him, to give the date of my celebration of my birth back to him. So as you can imagine, it's going to be a whole lot of turning up and everything. More than likely, it's going to all be Dallas, but man, we might have to just get a good old ticket back to Chicago for some of that time. Just know that I'm going to be celebrating for like 2 weeks straight, because there's birthdays, there are new books, there's the anniversary of the company, and we're still looking at a writing and publishing virtual conference that may take place around that same time. So you'll get more information about that coming in the summer. Of course, I will not leave out my squad. From a black perspective, if you're looking at the stories, you will notice pictures of all of the people that I know personally and tagged me that said they bought the book, and it's just a small way for us to say thank you to all of them. So anybody that's still buying the book, by all means, please take that picture. And you know, here's a teachable moment, because there was no tip on the schedule today, but oh, look what just came back in. Instagram is already trying to take this one off, and I'm all in the DMs with the artist, like, dude, just do me a solid and let it stay, please, so the people see it. But no, just the fact that you know, we have this great book back out, and we're seeing all of the posts and things, and those are the things that help us market. You know, even if you aren't able to purchase the book, we're posting all kinds of stuff. Just share the picture. Anything that keeps the feed, you know, keeps us at the top of the feed wherever you see this. I'm talking to Facebook right now. Eventually this will be Instagram and YouTube, so definitely find us in those places as well under the same name, Rainbow Room Publishing. So proud and so happy. I cannot really even express. I've done this several times, and I know the beauty and the magic and honestly the addictive nature of creating with a lowercase c. You know, taking something that was only here, and now it's already going all over the country. I don't know if it's all over the world yet or not, but we're definitely looking at, you know, trying to reach that Amazon, if nothing else, best-selling status. And of course, if we get that, we get, you know, the New York Times. And God even hit me with it earlier today, today was a reminder, and earlier this week, that just as people of color have always had to make our own, we're already looking at how we're going to make our own Rainbow Room Publishing best-selling award and all of the benefits that's going to come with that. So long-term thinking, but definitely look for it, especially for anybody that's thinking about publishing with us. Next thing is a reminder once again to get Danielle Unfolded. So yeah, I got a lot of books at y'all right now, right? But think about it. Buy one each payday and you're good. Don't get that Starbucks that one time, or, you know, a couple of things, and you can easily do this. But the other good thing about Danielle's book is that I am running a promotion until, I believe I said, the 2nd of April. Anyone that purchases her book, the link is up there. Anybody that purchases her book will get a PDF version, and I did not bring that visual aid out, but you will get a PDF version of the Rainbow Room Publishing Guide, which, as I mentioned before, is a very condensed version of my process, our process. I'm learning to keep that we and our in there, because God keeps reminding me, no, it's not just you. That's why you keep tripping over saying we when you want to say I. But yes, so know that you know, we're making that available to the first 50 people who purchase her book, okay, through her, nothing to do with me. But if you do go to my website, there's a link that gets you to her directly. Post on the internet that you have the book, tag me in it, and you're getting a free PDF copy of that Rainbow Room Publishing Guide. So if you already have some material, or if you just are trying to figure out what to do with it, where to go next with it, it's a great resource. It's available for, I believe, $20, somewhere between 10 and 20, because the prices have been changing with quarantine and COVID. So I'll definitely be going back and updating some things. Yeah, so definitely look for Danielle Unfolded. And in addition to that, you're going to be looking for Passion the Lioness, her other persona, in a sense, the performer poet in her, that is going to be the guest star and host of Save Some for the Poets, a National Poetry Month event that will take place here in April in Dallas-Fort Worth area. However, because, and I love the people that I know here and I see in the stores, the city is open. but we still cautious. Of course, I ain't got a mask on right now, but we still doing masks. Even where I'm going out tonight, we still doing masks. We're doing social distancing and all of that. So with this event, there is a likelihood of a very small audience, but regardless of the physical audience, it will be broadcast from social media. More than likely it's going to be Facebook's, well, it depends on if I get the StreamYard situation together. But in addition to that, not only will I be broadcasting, each artist will be broadcasting from their own social media platform. So you're going to see 7 different angles, 7 different views, that sort of thing. We are still looking for, I forgot the date, that's scheduled for April the 24th. More information to come. Flyer is almost done. I can't wait to even tell you guys about this brother that's doing the flyer for me. He's done some great work for me in the past. Anybody that's familiar with the James Earl Hardy Chicago book tour that was sponsored by Rainbow Room Publishing, this brother did all of the promotional materials for that. So it was like 3 different flyers and a master flyer, and he just knocked it out. But he's getting that together for us. We're still confirming some things with the venue, and just know with Rainbow Room Publishing there is always a backup plan. Okay, I'm going to talk to some people about that tonight. If something go down with this venue, we just move shop, and honestly in some respects it'll be a better spot, but I won't put that out there until I get to talk to the people involved. So yeah, definitely look for that event. Another thing that I'm very excited, okay, so I said that we're looking at Danielle performing, and we talking about 5 or 6 poets performing alongside her, and there's been a post out, and some different people are helping me to find the local talent. And one brother I have to give a shout out to, and I think on some level, brother, it was just destined, because when I saw who we were connected to, that we both know, JD Williams, he was already on the job to send me some poets, and I think you were on that list. I'll confirm that actually tonight when I see him. But brother Rainey, and I hope I got this right for the Facebook page, and I'm gonna get those tags situated as well. But Poetry by Nick Rainey is the Facebook page. I would definitely get, I believe there was a website, I'll definitely get you that. But Nick Rainey, aka Poetix, he's gonna correct that for me, Guru. So poet, Poetix, and then the second word is Guru, Guru. But when I tell you this brother is the truth, his gift, and it is no way in any way diminishing Danielle. I love the fact that in the sense that these are the only 2 people that's on the lineup so far, and there's already this amazing balance in what they do. Not that one does anything bad and the other one does it good, but the idea of not even just the subject matter is just all very conscious, but it is all very spiritually conscious. It's all very, what's the best way to put this? It's relevant for today in both cases. But when I tell you this brother, I mean, I just honestly met him via social media today, looked at his stuff on Instagram after he hit me up in the inbox after he saw the flyer. And you know, I went to the Instagram real quick. I looked at like 2 or 3 videos real quick. Like one was 30 seconds, the longest was like 3 minutes, and my hands were up even in my comments to him. And so you know, we instantly got the information together. And another thing I love about this brother, and it's something for everybody to know, whether you're working with me or not, be ready, because when he got the information packet about what I needed back, it was less than 30 minutes. That brother had a bio. We talked about our press kit. The brother had a bio. He had 2 headshot photos, and he had 3 videos of him performing, which is one thing that I needed for many of the poets. Well, at least a written, an audio, or a video representation of your works to help us gauge, you know, the appropriateness of it for the event. But that brother had it back just that quick. And I was doing something else. I ain't gonna lie, I'm learning not to switch gears just because I see an alert. So please know that when I don't respond to you guys right away, it really is more than likely that I'm working and trying not to do 12 things and do them all bad when I could do 1 and do it well. But no, I saw it. I was so excited. I looked at that packet real quick, and I was just like, even in his comments before he sent me the packet, in his video, I listened to one video. I was like, brother, if you want in, you are in all caps. You know, so I'm very excited to have this brother on that lineup. If you have not seen his work, there is a post. I made it today. I know I made a few today, but it's not too far for you to scroll down and find him. And like I said, if nothing else, I'm gonna get those tags together so y'all can click. And like I said, I'm talking to Facebook right now. YouTube, we're gonna figure you out. But in the case of Instagram, you know, when this video finds its way there, we will have the links there for you to also see his work. I'm a little stuck because the brother he's just that good. Another big thanks to Big Meach. Big Meach, man, Demetrius Dennis Taylor. Now, we've known each other on social media for so long. I think we feel like we've met each other. I can't remember. I feel like we did. We were even kind of talking about that on the phone today. But he is the host of Dishing the Tea, which is dual in the sense that there's a video podcast kind of version. I don't feel like podcast is the right word for what this brother does because it is just that good. But then he also has the audio version, and I forget, he's going to tell me where I can find the audio, but his name and everything is up there. I made a post about him. I'll come back and change those, add those tags up top for you in all the relevant social media places. But I wanted to thank him because we reached out a little while back and he agreed to interview our very own Sanya Haynes. For anybody that is still loving to see my beautiful sister in action and talking about these books and talking about the things that are relevant to us, and because they're relevant to us and we're part of the larger whole, it's relevant to all of us. Man, one of her last conversations I saw in a couple of these different interviews, man, they got into some real deep stuff on blackness and, you know, prescriptions for change and healing, and it wasn't like preaching at anybody or whatever, just the idea, like I learned with dieting a long time ago. And I think it's a practice that can be applied to anything in your life. When you're trying to remove something negative from your life, you don't spend so much time trying to take it out as much as you try to put in the good. So the analogy real quick, I wasn't really dieting for real. I was just trying to keep the sugar and all that down. And I used to eat like donuts or something like that from like the 7-Eleven around the corner from the job. And one day I just decided to get that fruit cup. And I know that's a lot of sugar too. I know that, you know, we changed that up even after that too. But it was just the idea that I found myself eating this thing that was so good for me, and it actually did taste good, that I would not even see the donuts anymore. And that same rule has been applied to other aspects of my life, and it really, really does help. And so, you know, I kind of lost a little track with where I was going there, but that's kind of what they were talking about. You know, they weren't so much saying about, you know, not even really thinking so much about the negative, but they were more so celebrating and accentuating and elevating and promoting the positive. And I feel that the more we see the positive, you know, in its best and truest form, the more we're going to just leave a lot of other stuff that isn't necessarily for us individually, you know, alone is the idea. But so yeah, he's going to do this interview with her. They just started talking today about setting the dates, so you'll hear about that, of course, when it happens. And then because we looked up and realized, wait a minute, I've never done an interview either. And so we're going to schedule that right after we get Sanya taken care of. Ladies first. The last thing with respects to this brother, we got to talking some really deep stuff about particularly the black community and economics. And I've actually been talking to quite a few financial people. So we definitely going to play up that angle and make sure y'all get that information from all of them. But in his case, we're talking about this idea of a movement that not only revitalizes the sense of Black Wall Street, but that it be more inclusive than it was in the past. So, you know, we talking about from a black perspective, and I don't get into those arguments about black first and gay first. I would just say for me, I knew I was black first, and everybody that meets me know I'm black before they know I'm gay. But you know, we're talking from this black gay perspective and how, you know, a lot of us have felt excluded from, you know, that circle. And a funny thing to know, you know, hey, let's talk, let's rap for real, let's educate. One thing that you may not know about the black gay community is, in a lot of respects, we have the most disposable income. Why? Because a lot of us don't have children. Just that simple. Y'all see these trips and things like that? That's you buying gym shoes, school outfits, school uniforms, paying prom, and feeding 15 people in the house. You know, so definitely even think about that angle when you're doing business. I'm not saying to exploit anybody, but at the same time, don't exclude and chop off your nose to spite your face kind of situation. Man, kind of got a little old with that one. But yeah, so we're looking at how we just combine what we're all doing. And even then, I will talk to him and confirm this. But I know in my heart that this brother is very much like me in the sense that he does not believe in building walls. He believes in building bridges. But before we kind of get over into all of this, you know, allyism, let's clean up our house first. Let's take care of home first. Then we can kind of say, hey, neighbor, you know, what exchange can we have? So definitely look for more information about all of that. That's more his baby, but when I tell you that Rainbow Room Publishing is ready to support, especially when I think about the fact too that half of our conversation today, it wasn't even so much cliche in the sense of here was a Bible verse, here was an old church saying. It was the God's honest truth about what was in our hearts and who is in our hearts, you know, and how he motivates us, calling in his name Jesus. That's what I call him. Like I said, we're not going to go into that. Believe what you want. Respect mine. I respect yours. However, we looked at the fact that we have this gift. We have these outlets. We have these relationships. And how do we bless the people? And once again, like I said, it's not about excluding anybody. But we got to take care of home first before we can expect anything else to happen. We can't even criticize the way other people look at some aspects of who we are until we clean our windows. That one just came to me. I'm gonna put that in the note. But so look for more information on that. Next thing is yeah, so thank God for that cousin giving me this haircut, because it has given me a bit more energy, and I still, man, I know this head hair. But anyway, yeah, second win that I needed, because I kind of made a commitment already to be at an event tonight, the warm-up, which is featuring my brother Jarrod Williams, the host of the Sunday TakeOut. It is powered, however, by LockJohnson. And I hope I got the whole name there, brother, because I know this guy, and man, he's amazing. For anybody that is in the Dallas area, if you've ever been to Louis Piano Bar, and even funny thing, I met the guy briefly for like a second, almost over a year ago, and I went there one night, and I was all dudded up. And somewhere in there, he announced from the stage that, you know, they were doing like a Western wear contest. Whoever had the best Western wear was going to win. And I was like, it's me. I said it from the stage. And he was like, well, you know, we'll see whoever else come up. And so, but it was a whole funny exchange that we had at the end. And it's funny that he called himself my cousin. And I remember thinking for the longest, he's a Johnson. You know how many Johnsons I'm related to? So I'm definitely going to talk to that brother soon. Hopefully we'll actually talk to him tonight in between him doing his thing, because that's one thing y'all got to know about these artists. Not even the artists, just in the artists. But I know I can say this for all of us creative professionals. Man, when we're in our zone and we're working, please don't feel slighted, because there's a million moving pieces going, and so it's not always the best time in a case like this to be like running up on a musician. You know, they got to get their rest, because man, they playing and singing for 45 minutes straight, for anybody who does not know that. And that 45 for some reason just reminded me I got to have some cash for the tip jar tonight. But so yeah, they're going to have that awesome event tonight. I made another post about that earlier as well, and I want to confirm that I had the right location before I added any tags there. So definitely be there. Keep in mind, this is also not an alternative to going and supporting live. Trust me, you're cheapening your own experience if you don't find a time to see some of these people live. But you know, for those of you who can't, you know, because I know I'm talking to a lot of people. For me, originally from Chicago, back in Chicago, a lot of Atlanta, y'all can drop right here where y'all from. I'm looking at a few people. I already know where y'all at, but you know, I know some of them, you know, won't be able to be here for some time, and it's the first place I'm gonna take y'all when we get here. But you know, that's an opportunity for you to see the band and show your support, because I always try to get them tagged in the videos, give them your videos. Who knows, it may turn into great promotional material. That's how we network. That's what we do. That's how we network. So yeah, so definitely look forward to that event, and look for some, I'm not gonna lie to you, some live video, because I like doing a live video. But as you see in some of these videos, I want to move and it'll be a whole lot of this with the camera if I get to moving like I want to move while I'm trying to go live. So I'm gonna make sure I have a good time, but show you guys a good time, and hopefully you can have one from the comfort of your home. That brings us to our last topic, which, you know, is the idea that more is coming, better is coming. You know, this reminds me, honestly, this is another teachable moment. A video that I and Christle Renee, right there on the corner, We were watching plug, shameless plug. Gotta sell these books. Amazon bestseller status. But we were watching an Issa Rae interview a while back, and she talked about how, if you don't see it in the reflection of my glasses, how she had to film a movie. She filmed a movie, something she did in independent film a long time ago, with not enough lighting, and she just basically took the lampshade off. You know, I'm not rocking that. I got a desk lamp situation, but it's the idea that you use what you have now and trust God to add the increase. It always happens. I can speak to it from, man, I wanted to say 9 years of experience, but it's closer to that 42 that I am. You know, in the sense of when He says go and you step out, the resources are there. Half the time you had them all along, and you just weren't aware of them until you stepped out, you know. And so that's how we even get to this whole thing of, hey, this is great practice for me. It's a great way to get you guys in tune with the idea that we're going to have the live show, Rainbow Room Publishing Live, which will be powered by StreamYard. You know, when that comes, this ugly siding and the moderate patio furniture and stuff will go away. I'm already thinking about some awesome stuff, and when I tell you, if y'all seen any of my little stuff where I'm just playing with gifts, y'all know your boy got some black boy magic. So when I get to this superpowered situation, I'm taking us on several trips with it. The other thing that I wanted to mention with regards to Rainbow Room Publishing Live, it will air, we're still aiming for mid-April. See how this vacation's light work, what do you call that, light duty period that I'm about to go on for a couple of weeks will go in respects to even getting this situated. But you know, we already know that it's going to be a mix of it's very important for me to find a way to give back to everybody that I work with, especially when I think about the earlier days. And I've told all of them, especially the models and things and the photographers, that, you know, I know you didn't charge me what you're worth. I know it. And they can all tell you, and it's not me bragging, but maybe an idea for you to think about. Even though I paid them, there was always a small gift, some sort of keepsake. You know, the money was business, but they did such a solid for me that they had, in my opinion, to have something personal from me. And so one of the great things about the show coming up and it leading into the 10th year anniversary is that there are going to be several interviews, and I just confirmed that today or yesterday. My mom, Trinette Johnson Smith, T Fit Light, she will be the very first guest on the show. So if you're really looking for some tea, now granted, she is not the one that's going to tell a lot, but who knows me better than the woman from whom I came, you know. So I'm very happy about that, but it will be a mixture of anybody that had any involvement with the first year of the company, as well as some other folks that we're doing some great things with. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there because I love the man, Samson McCormick. Y'all saw me stalking this brother. Amazing comedian, and I'm not even gonna put all them little adjectives behind it. Y'all look at him, y'all see his face, y'all know he black. If you've seen him doing some stuff, you know he gay. But comedian, actor, producer, I believe, director, definitely writing screenplays, okay? That film, I was posting about it a while back, Love the One You're With. If you have not seen it, it is on Amazon Prime, and it is another thing that we're trying to see break these Amazon records. You know, if y'all want more of this representation, that's how we get it. And I'm not saying for you to even necessarily support things you don't like or don't agree with, but I'm pretty sure you can find somebody who's not up on that Warner Brothers level or necessarily on that Tyler Perry level or whatever yet that you can support. It's probably somebody in your family and your friends. You know, that's you knowing they have a YouTube video and you sharing it and liking it and telling people to subscribe, finding that they have music and going and buying it, playing it over and over again on Spotify and all of that to get those numbers up. I don't know how the other streams work, but, you know, to get those numbers up so they get that quote-unquote monetization. Same with YouTube. The more you're watching those YouTube videos, some folks are getting paid off of that. It's something that some of you need to think about. Because when I think about having learned the simplest thing, I learned how to tie a bow tie on YouTube some years ago. And I still have it saved, but I pretty much don't need the video anymore. But the brother used that to sell his men's line of clothing. So there's an idea for somebody, I hope. But you know, just the idea of showing support to this brother, and the fact that after not even really stalking him at all, and I'm not gonna lie, he already knows. There's a part of me that was like, how do I play this, because I don't even have a show yet, and I'm inviting this man on the show, and all he's seen is this Facebook Live business. And you know, they just came through and just decided they were gonna give me a chance and give me a shot. So I already have our first big guest star booked. Okay, you're definitely gonna be hearing a lot of information about that. But yes, so I guess the last thing I'll leave you with regards to the podcast is that you'll see periodically a StreamYard link in the feed in the group. If you have not already gotten StreamYard, go ahead and get it. There's already some great content on there. Oh man, there's my alum Keisha Hooks, who I believe is working with oh man, I know it's Bry Frost on Facebook, but I forget the brother's full name. But Blackboard TV, another great show. You know, it's just one of them things that I don't have enough time to watch everything, but this coming 2 weeks I'm gonna catch up on a lot. But no, she was one of the first people I even saw using StreamYard, and I already thought the show that she's doing is amazing. I mean, it's so, man, this is like for real, us getting around together and having a powwow, or whatever our version of that is as black folks, and just really chopping this thing up and being real about conversations. I know I saw some different things about, I can't remember the exact titles of the topics, but when I say that, they're talking about, you know, the issues in the community, our issues in our relationships, our families, issues with law enforcement and things like that, just kind of giving a glimpse of what I've seen. So it's another amazing show. I'm looking forward to doing some stuff with her. We're already talking about it, but I'll definitely be making sure that you guys know about that show and are following it as well, because what else are you watching for real? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of other stuff, I'm not gonna lie, but I know me, every now and again, I ain't gonna lie and say I go and read a book, but, or even go and write a book. But I know sometimes I'm just like, okay, I'd rather be playing in my cell phone than some of the content I see on TV. And I'm saying that trying not to be disparaging, but everything ain't for everybody, let's put it that way. But yeah, so that's where we have it, guys. Thank you for joining me again on our humble establishment here. I'm not gonna call it little. God has already convicted me of that. But we're gonna get up out of here and spend some time with baby and have some food. And if I'm not asleep, because I am a man of a certain age, I will find myself to the warm-up as promised and bring you guys in with me. But there you have it. This is Eddie Pierce signing off. Peace and blessings as always.